Hey everybody, welcome to this video on getting started with data. So as you know from our discussions in class, we have a pretty large data set that we're going to be working with for the hat for this class. And many of you also work with pretty large data sets in your own organizations. What we're going to do with this data set that we have is we're going to start to clean it up. Whether you have a large data set or a small data set, what's really important is that you first clean the data, you scrub the data, okay? So we're going to go through in this video a couple of processes that will help you to do that. So in the first part of the video, we're going to create what's called a data glossary. So I'm going to ask you to create a separate Word document that will help you track the way that you're transforming some of your variables, okay? The next thing that we're going to do in that first segment is we're going to do what's called dummy coding. So as I've described before, quantitative data has everything to do with numbers, right? But a lot of variables that we use are not necessarily numbers. They are categories, right? So think about full-time or part-time status, for example. As an employee, you can be full-time or part-time. That's not really a number category, right? So we have to change it to a number category so we can do statistical analyses using that data, okay? In the second part of the video, you're going to be computing some new variables, all right? So in the data set, as we've talked about, you have a lot of numbers that are in front of you. And so one of the things that we'll do is we'll try to condense that down into a manageable amount of information that we'll have. Okay, now we're not going to get rid of the other pieces of information. We're just going to hide that. So that's the other thing that I'm going to show you how to do, is to hide some of those columns so that you can better manage some of this information. Okay, so that's what we'll do in the second part of the video. And then the last thing that I'm going to ask you to do is to export the file as a CSV file. So we're going to be using two statistical softwares in this class. Excel, which does some pretty basic stuff, and it can work for most scenarios. We're going to be using another statistical software that's free. It's open source, and you can do some pretty robust statistics with that, but it does require that your data set be in a usable format, and Excel is not a usable format for that software. Okay, so again, just to recap, you're going to build a data glossary, you're going to be doing some dummy coding, you're going to be computing new variables, you're going to be hiding some of the columns so you can make everything a bit more manageable, and then you're going to be saving your file as a CSV file. And you'll do that for both the original file as well as the edited file that you end up with at the end. Enjoy!